I talk about the Black Panther, the second one, man. Let's talk about it. Give a quick review. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Um, so yeah, I actually went to go see the movie yesterday, man. That movie was pretty much sold out every showing. I mean, I went to the 10:30 show and it was damn near packed all the way out. So, expected to do big numbers. Anytime there's, death involved, anything in Hollywood, especially in music, numbers start to spike. So, came on saying he got killed from an illness in the movie. And no matter how they tried to do it, I mean, they could have did it to perfection about, Chadwick Boseman passing away. They could have did it to perfection. People still was gonna complain. I read on TMZ, well, people are complaining about the way they did his death and all that type of stuff, and and y'all gotta understand too. What's her name? Suri. They, she had a part in the comic books where she became the Black Panther on Earth, and I think he became I believe he became like the intergalactic, like ruler. Think of like maybe another planet had vibranium, or Black Panther, Wakanda was on Wakandians, whatever you want to call them, was on another planet or something like that, and he became like the intergalactic ruler. And then she pretty much was the Black Panther on Earth, Um, and it will be spoilers, so I mean, I'll let y'all know before I say spoilers. I just, I'll let y'all know, y'all. But nonetheless, so yeah, she became like in the comics that he was like the intergalactic ruler or whatever, and she was the ruler on, in Wakanda, right? So pretty much it started over. It started off, with them, having this funeral, and it wasn't no CGI, nothing like that. They pretty much started off by, having this funeral, and and you know, kind of like he passed away and his vitals was gone. He got killed from an unknown illness, or whatever situation was. They had like a little funeral, or whatever, and then they kind of moved on to the United States wanting to use their vibranium, and the United States was trying to steal their vibranium, and the UN was trying to steal their vibranium, and U.S. wanted to use it for their benefit, and they tried to kind of like sabotage one of their labs for the vibranium. And they thought because the Black Panther didn't exist because Killmonger um, burned all of their herbs to turn them into the Black Panther. So they thought it didn't exist no more. But they forget they had the females, protecting them. Forget what they call the female protectors there, but they had them protecting them. So everything had a meaning in this movie. So long story short, um, Ironheart, she built a metal seeking machine that can go all the way in the ocean and find vibranium and metals and stuff. And the United States was using her college invention, which it was just an invent. It was just she just invented it because her college professor bet her that she couldn't do it. She did it, and she supposed to be like the replacement in Marvel for Iron Man. Now hold on. Now apparently she supposed to be getting her own show, but a lot of people are starting to complain that she getting her own show. But there, even in her comic apparently flopped because there was a lack of character development, and there was a lack of storyline. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what they complain about with DC, where there's a lack of character development. But if you read the comics, there's no lack of character development. But apparently her comic flopped, so she's supposed to be like the replacement. And then Black Panther 2 was like the end of Marvel Phase 4. So now they're gonna get into Thunderbolts, and they're gonna get into what's my man's name that kind of form into Magneto and Professor Xavier. I forget the thing's name. Onslaught. So I think that's how they gonna infuse or they're going to bring the X-Men kind of maybe into the Marvel universe, because you got, Fantastic Four coming, the Guardians of the Galaxy going to be around, but the end phase 5 is the Fantastic Four. Now, if you know anything about the Fantastic Four as well too, that Namor, who was the villain, haven't got there this far, he actually kidnapped he actually kidnapped Mr. Fantastic girlfriend. I forget her name, but he kidnapped her too. So nonetheless, you know, her little machine was able to detect vibranium in the ocean. So they want vibranium, from weapons of mass destruction and all that type of stuff. So meanwhile, searching for vibranium, they found, Namor and his people down in whatever. It's really in the comics. It's really Atlantis. But since Aquaman already using Atlantis, DC chose to go with a different name. Okay, so yeah, it's really Atlantis, which I don't understand why they just can't go with Atlantis too. But in the comics, it's actually Atlantis. And for people who don't know, Namor came before Aquaman. So that's another reason they could have used it. Namor came before Aquaman. So, but yeah, long story short, they started pretty much that machine she built was, they took it and they started finding the vibranium in the ocean, and even the Wakandans, I hope I'm saying that right, didn't even know that there were vibranium in the ocean. So, long story short, Namor snuck into Wakanda um, and pretty much gave them an ultimatum. It was go find a scientist, and we're gonna go kill her. We're gonna kill the scientist, and then we can have peace and attack the surface world. Because he had a lot of hatred for the surface world. You know, just going, how they did his village people and all that stuff. It explained how he became to be and all that stuff, blah blah blah. So he beefed with the surface world or whatever. But he wanted the scientists because the scientists, pretty much discovered their vibranium. Well, the crazy part to me is like he wanted to, kill her. It wasn't she didn't mean to, but he didn't know it, to create that machine. But how was the people in the United States was going, get all the way down there? That was my thing about it. How was they gonna get, down there to destroy his people? But then again, it is, the comic book era world. They could, create a machine and exploit his people and expose his people and all that stuff. So, long story short, he wanted to protect his land, and the scientist was too dangerous because she can create a machine that can go down there and detect a vibranium and pretty much um, you know, expose their world and stuff. So, long story short, the government was looking for the Ironheart girl created the thing, and they all looking and stuff, and they all they get into a fight, whatever. Then his people from the Namor people show up and they take Ironheart and the Princess Yuri down there, and they try to compromise something. He wouldn't compromise. They wanted to kill the girl, and they wanted Wakanda to help them wage a war on the surface world. So they didn't want to do it. So um, so then they kind of got along, and he showed him his time, but she didn't want to do it. So they turned around, right, and they got up out of there. So Nakia, that was his girlfriend. Remember that for the ultimate spoiler. So they went to go find her. She infiltrated. She found out where they was at. They pretty much infiltrated. She infiltrated it on her own, got her out. Namor left a little, horn for them to call him in. The mama called the horn. They snuck in. While he was talking to the mama, got him up out of there. So it took him to Wakanda. Then, Namor came back and destroyed Wakanda. pretty much. And you know, for they went down there, stole her. Then she killed one of the his home people. Whatever, man. It was a little cool storyline. Um, long story short, Yuri created a new herb, a DNA, a clone of the herb, so she could turn back into the Black Panther. Hella spoiler alert: when Namor came back to wage war on Wakanda for them escaping, them not wanting to kill Ironheart and wage war on the surface world, um, he went in there and killed her mother. So her daddy died, her mother died, her brother died. So so she ended up. This all spoilers right here. So then she ended up finding a way to create the herb. They created a couple more of the things there. She took the herb, and spoiler alert again. She in her vision, she expected when she took the herb that her brother, her mom, or dad would be there, but it was Killmonger, which was the best part of the movie, in my opinion. It was Killmonger. You know, it was Killmonger. So when she took the herb and she woke up, she was there and it was Killmonger, which represented pretty much she wanted to kill Namor. She was upset about him killing his mother, and all that type of stuff. And then the kid asked her like, "Who did you see in your vision?" And she just never told her through the whole thing, but it was Killmonger, which represented she wanted revenge, and she wanted to kill Namor. You know what I'm saying? And she had all that revenge, pent up in her. So, so then again, spoilers all the way there. They get a ship, call them, getting away from Wakanda so they don't destroy Wakanda no more. They have a battle. She has an opportunity in killing him. And she thought what her mother was saying, and she didn't want to be like Killmonger, which was the weakest shit in the movie. She should have just killed him. But she didn't kill him. Yep, she didn't kill him, and that was the weakest part of the movie. And she chose not to kill him. So she let him slide, and they, called the treaty together, and said they would be allies. And Wakanda said, they promised not to tell that the secret that Neymar's people was living, in the seas and stuff. Um, so pretty much that was the movie in a nutshell. But storyline was cool. I mean, I don't think it's, I didn't really think the first Black Panther was the greatest thing in the world. It was tight, but but it was cool. I give probably a 7 out of 10. It was cool. I think they made it do what it do. As best possible. The storyline was cool. And then side note, and then old girl that was the warrior. Uh, she was bald head. I forget her name in the movie. Oh yeah, Okia, the warrior lady with the stick and stuff. She, for the most part, she can spoiler. She got banished because when they went to go get Ironheart from, and take her back to Wakanda, she ended up losing Princess Yuri. She took her on a trip and she lost her. And then, Angela Bassett kept, bringing up stuff that she did, Sever Killmonger and all that type of stuff. So she pretty much lost her rank and went back to being a civilian until after Angela Bassett died. So, I mean, the queen died. So, I mean, it was cool. The acting was good. The editing was good. The sound was good. The visuals. It was a movie kind of dark, a dark movie for the theaters. And I'm talking about not as nasty, grimy to me. Actual was a dark movie. A lot of it was happening in the dark. And it was cool. It was real cool. So I really didn't, had too much complaint about it. But like I said from the beginning, I wasn't the a big fan of the first movie. It was cool. This movie was cool. I think they did the best that they can under the circumstances that they was in. Uh, so yeah, I think they did the best that they could. So I mean, I love the acting, love the storyline. The females threw down. Could have been some more action, um, for sure. Could have been a lot more action, but you know they did what they had to do for this movie. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Um, you know, it'd been nice if he was alive. And then another spoiler at the end, they revealed that him and Nakia had a son, and you know, kind of. I'm gonna tell you kind of the crazy part about that, right? So she ended up they had a secret son that they was kind of keeping away from Wakanda or whatever, and the parents and her decided that well, the parents and well, the queen and Black Panther Chadwick Boswell character T'Challa and Nakia, they all decided not to tell people about the son and let him grow up, kind of do his thing away from to do his thing away from the the kingdom and all that type of stuff. And she explained to Suri why she didn't come to the funeral, because they did back when she was out with the kid, that they did their own little ceremony there, and they was gonna keep him hiding. He was aware who his father was, um, and they was just gonna keep him in hiding. So that was just a decision that that they chose to run with. So, um, but yeah, what's so crazy about it? Angela Bassett was asking, Siri, like, where was you at in the for the funeral? So if she maybe she still expected her to come to the funeral without the kid, but that was kind of crazy there. If you knew her and the kid, she had the kid and she wasn't gonna come to the funeral, kind of some crazy stuff right there in my mind. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what it was, man. So, yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button is the bell icon button. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.